Learn more about Norman Normalson and the Normals on Nobbenblog, on WordPress. And watch for the Norman Normalson and the Normals book, coming in the distant future.
Nobbenblog, your source for wholesome goodness.
Norman Normalson and the Biannual Gwatuchorazz Cheese Festival. It was Norman Normalson's first year on Apatris. His alien stepmother tried her best to give the 8-year-old boy the holliest and jolliest Christmas ever, even though she had never heard of the Earth holiday. But that's a different story. With that mission accomplished, Gwatuchorazz Normalson decided it was time Norman, maybe Nerman, she still hadn't figured that out satisfactorily either, learned about the traditions of his new home. The perfect opportunity was on the horizon. The biannual Gwatuchorazz Cheese Festival occurred twice per year, or every other year. No one knew for sure until Chieftain Gargamel von Schlippelstein announced the next celebration, which added to the excitement and the excretions. As with most cheese festivals, excretions were a huge part of the festivities. Norman had never seen a Gwatuchorazz, but he was familiar with Gwatuchorazz cheese, a staple of the Epetrusian diet. An early attempt to assimilate him into his new school was playing Brickenspricken. Brickenspricken is played with a ball made of Gwatuchorazz cheese. After you make it to the goal, you have to eat the cheese before someone tackles you, or the points don't count. Algernon, Norman's new friend, explained to him. Norman's lack of a prehensile tail hindered his play, but his teammates felt bad for him and set up scoring opportunities. Norman was skeptical about eating the cheese they had been using for a ball. Alien germs were probably worse than Earth germs, but everyone else was doing it. As the saying goes, if everybody else jumps off a bridge, you'd better jump off the dang bridge, or they'll think you're a whiny little snilg. That is a joke. Do not jump off a bridge, kids. Norman devoured the cheese ball just before Winston tackled him. The impact almost made Norman vomit, which may have been good since it also lodged a chunk in his throat. Cy wrapped his tail around Norman and gave him the Cough It Up maneuver. Named for Dr. Hexalorian Maneuver, who created the maneuver, the Cough It Up maneuver involves a choking person and a hero. The hero wraps his tail around the choking person's abdomen and squeezes until he farts. The fart makes him laugh so hard that he spits out whatever was causing him to choke. It saved Norman's life, but cost them the points, since Norman didn't consume the entire ball. Norman's team tried to argue that he was going to die if he didn't spit out the chunk of cheese. They lost the argument and the game. Despite this near-fatal first attempt, Norman liked the Gwatuchorazz cheese. It was tart, yet sweet, and surprisingly healthy. He wasn't sure about Brickenspricken, though. He missed soccer. Norman would rather be anywhere other than on Apatris, sitting next to his stepmother, watching the running of the Gwatuchorazz. The enormous purple and yellow, six-legged, hooved, hairy creatures with long curly horns vacillated between walking and prancing along the path, stopping only to graze or to pose for pictures. They are an affable species. "I'm confused," said Norman. "If those are Gwatuchorazzes, what is Gwatuchorazz cheese?" "You'll see." Once the Gwatuchorazz cleared the field, the crowd was allowed to roam freely and eat or pack up all the Gwatuchorazz cheese they could consume or carry. Gwatuchorazz cheese was the primary food source on Apatris and was used in a plethora of other foods like frozen Gwatuchorazz cheese cream treats, Cranky Pants' Cheese Banana Bonanza's banana-flavored Gwatuchorazz cheese, and Smackaroni and Gwatuchorazz cheese with raspberry-flavored pepperoni. Harvesting it directly from the source was a big deal. The normally mild Uhoria was as frantic as the rest of the crowd. "What are you doing?" asked Norman. Why are you eating off the ground? This is why we're here, said Uhoria, to eat Gwatuchorazz cheese fresh from the source. Norman's head started spinning. He vomited. A confused child ate his vomit. Gwatuchorazz cheese is poop? It's butt cheese? I need to go home. I can't live on this planet. The Guy with Charlie Productions.
Oh, Charlie, Charlie.
It's the chicka chicka chuck, y'all. The chicka chuck, y'all. The chickity 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 chuck, y'all. Delightful.
Delightful.
His 8-year-old stepmother tried her best to give the 8-year-old boy the holliest and jolliest Christmas ever. Which may have been good, since it also lodged a chunk in his throat.
Hello, Charles. So you've returned. Get your dang truck up there.